Hello everyone. I have Rafi with me and I welcome you all for the season 2 of data science mock interviews. And in this season, I will be doing it little differently. I will bring more of experienced candidates and I will structure the interview also more like how experienced candidates interview happen. Okay. So the first person which we have today, Rafi from Andhra Pradesh. Rafi will talk about his experiences and his introduction. Okay. So Rafi, over to you. Just talk a little bit about your introduction.
Yeah, sure. Thank you, Aman. Like, it's my pleasure for having here in order to attend the mock interview with you. Like, my name is Rafi Basha. So I have 11 years of experience total, and relevant into data science around 4 years. So I'm good with like normal machine learning, stats, deep learning, and currently I'm learning NLP technology as well. So I work with different companies like Cisco, JP Morgan, and yeah, and also with like we serve business. So I'm currently working in T-Tech. So I'm basically like I'm good with like stats, Python, machine learning, deep learning, like normal RNN, CNN. So I'm currently focusing on learning NLP technologies.
Okay.
Technology. Yeah, that's it. Thanks. Thank you.
Okay. So what kind of learning are you doing? I mean, are you learning from some institute or you have done some course or what is that?
Yeah, basically I'm following like your YouTube videos. So basically I follow like StatQuest mainly,
Mm-hmm.
just Stammer, and also there is one YouTube channel Campus X by
Mm-hmm.
Nitish sir. That's also good,
Mm-hmm.
and your YouTube channel.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah, and also like in other YouTube channel also, like Stanford. There are some courses in Coursera by Andrew Ng. So those courses I'm following.
Okay. So can you talk about any of your project that you have done in data science?
Okay, product in the sense, I mean, I've done long back like cancer predictions by using CNN. So like there are like 10 basically it's multi-class model predicting the cancer by feeding the different of like images to the model. So there are around 10 classes. So I use CNN to predict it. Yeah, but yeah.
Would you talk more about data and what was the techniques used?
Okay, so basically data in the sense I had like uh, basically it's as I mentioned, it's multi-class model. So I have around 10 for each class there is around more than 2000 images. So
Mm,
I basically I used the CNN model with different kind of techniques. Like I used data augmentation. Also, like I trained with basic layers, like basic layers, and then I got overfitting and underfitting issues. In order to combat that, I use batch normalization as well as dropout layers, and then finally I got the good accuracy, and then and then I just use that model, whatever I get.
okay, so can you explain me how dropout layers work?
Okay, so basically, in case of dropout, we drop neurons randomly. Like for every epoch or every patch, it randomly picks based upon the percentage we give. It drops those neurons so that we can control the overfitting, because every time neuron depends on the previous neuron to learn the information. So instead of doing that, we just drop some neurons randomly so that they don't learn from the same neuron again and again.
So there is going to be some information loss also, right? Some learning loss when you do this.
No, because see, if this neuron is not learning it, but it will be fed to other neuron will learn that information, right?
So you are saying one neuron will get deactivated.
Yeah.
So how it will move from one layer to other layer then? For example, in one layer I have 4 neurons, other layer also I have 4 neurons.
Yeah.
So at random 2 neurons get deactivated in second layer. Then what happens?
So the information, whatever is there in the previous neuron, will be fed to these two neurons only. and then it from there it goes to the next neuron, and again when the next batch, another set of neurons will get be deactivated, so that the other neurons automatically get activated. So basically they learn the information, like sometimes they learn about one particular information, and other batch they learn about different information. We are just letting them know, not only learn the same information and again, just different kind of information they can learn.
What are the different ways of doing dropping of neurons, or this dropping technique? Are you aware of any other ways?
Yeah, there is drop connect as well.
What
Basically,
does that do?
basically it disables the interconnections, I believe. Instead of dropping the neurons, it disables the connections between the neurons.
Okay. And you spoke about batch normalization, right?
Yeah.
What happens in batch normalization?
So basically, like in optimization algorithm, we like while converging it to the global minima, we make sure that every activation will generate some output. We want to make sure that like after every neuron creates the output, it should be at the same range, so that it will be easy for optimization algorithm to converge fast. If those like outputs are at different level, it will be difficult to converge, I mean to train those weights, because like one activation weight will be like more than one, or other activation will be less than one. So instead of bringing all the weights to the same level, we use batch normalization after every layer, so that it brings every output to the same scale.
Okay. And what are some of the important hyperparameters that you tune? So which model you used here? It's a basic ANN with more layers, right?
Yeah, it's like NN or CNN with more layers, like adding a dense layer and then batch normalization, dropout, all the stuff. Yeah.
So how do you tune the parameters in this kind of scenario?
How do you tune in the sense? I mean, I just used normal techniques. Like, I mean, I just followed this like number of layers, 64, 34, and neurons, and then like that. I mean, I think there is the technique called Keras tuner also, we can use to tune hyperparameters.
Any other way? Keras tuner is like inbuilt of Keras, but suppose I want to know which weight initialization also I should use, or what should be my optimal number of layers. And you spoke about number of
Yeah,
uh,
that
yeah.
yeah, that I can define while building the model, right? Model dot dense. I can define like number of layers and which optimization algorithm I can use.
No, I'm asking at model level. So which optimization algorithm you can define, how many layers you can define, model.add, those things you
Uh-huh.
can do.
Yeah.
What I'm asking is whether I should do model.add 8 times or 9 times or 2 times. How
Okay.
do I decide?
That I'm not sure. Like, I'm not sure.
None, no problem. Are you aware of some concepts like hyperparameter tuning concepts I'm talking
Yeah.
about? For
Yeah.
example, have you used Azure ML anytime? Like
Azure ML. Yeah, I used. Yeah, but
for
not that frequently. Yeah.
okay. So what is the difference between normal Python programming and Azure machine learning programming?
No, no idea.
Okay. And you must be aware of the activation functions, right?
Yeah.
Can you name some of the activation functions?
Like we can use sigmoid, softmax, relu, leaky relu, parametric relu. Yeah.
Okay. So what is the use of leaky relu? I mean, why do we need two different? One is relu, one is leaky relu. Why do we need two different things?
Yeah, basically what happens, right? In relu, it either convert negative value to zero, or positive values keep it as positive. So what happens, that leads to like when we keep every weight to the zero, so that will leads to exploding a dead neuron problem in relu. Basically, like because it converts every value to zero, it leads to dead neuron. So in order to combat this, we use leaky relu. Basically it adds some kind of weight when it's negative, like 0.01 alpha something, some parameter. So that's the reason we use leaky relu.
So leaky relu is better, you are saying.
uh, Better in the sense, yeah, it adds some value to when it has negative values, yeah, better. But yeah, but I see most of the time we use relu only because it works better most of the times. Yeah,
Because relu is kind of trusted in most of the scenarios,
yeah,
right?
that's right. Yeah, yeah,
And you spoke about some vanishing or gradient problem, right?
yeah,
Exploding.
yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Why that happens, in what kind of scenario that happens?
Yeah, vanishing gradient happens when the weight becomes like when we are working in dense layers. So because of we multiply with multiple weights while calculating the gradient, those weights become so small that there won't be any update in the weight. So gradients become too small so that there won't be any update in the weights. That's the vanishing gradient problem. It
that is
mostly
that
happens.
is that
Yeah.
is not what I was asking. You are not wrong, you are right only. But what I mean to ask is, give me one practical scenario where that will happen, not the bookish definition.
Okay. Okay. Huh. Practical scenario, it's like let's say in rnn, like rnn basically when when it's learning long term dependencies,
Hmm.
it forgets previous information because those like when calculating the gradients, it can, because the weight becomes when multiplying weight becomes so small that it will forget the previous information basically.
Okay.
Is it fine or you need something?
And exploding gradient?
Exploding gradient, the weight becomes too large.
Too large, I understood. Real world
Yeah,
scenario?
real world scenario. Let me just think. Okay, because it mostly happens with respect to like a relu, I believe relu, because the it gives the values beyond one, right? So a real world scenario, I'm not getting it, but yeah, I'm sorry.
No, what I mean to say is what kind of data I will take, or what kind of information I will take, so that I may fall into this kind of problem.
What
That
kind of
that that's okay if you're not able to think. Fine. So I'm looking into your resume. Okay. You're talking about one project called compiled pricing data for competitive analysis by web scraping in Python. So what are you doing here?
sorry, your word last words were dropped.
Compiled pricing data for competitive analysis. In your resume, you have written.
Yeah,
Can you talk about this little bit? Web scraping in Python, pricing data you are compiling.
yeah. So web scraping, yeah, I did it, I mean long back, like 3 years back or something. So
You will not be able to talk about this.
I'm not able to recollect it. Yes, I'm sorry.
Okay. So I'm seeing other project in your resume. It says predictive modeling and algorithm development, predict stock price with 98% accuracy. What is this project?
Yeah, basically, like it was about predicting the stock price.
Hmm.
It's like one of the project I did.
So this also you did long back.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, like initial days I did it. I just,
So you have not updated your resume.
yeah. So I'm preparing for interviews now. I need to update day by day. So yeah, I'll
Okay.
update it.
No, you should update because these are the things, first things somebody will see.
Yeah,
Anyway,
sure, sure. Yeah, I will update.
so which projects you will keep in resume now when you go for interview?
So I mean, I had done recently. So I'm currently also doing it. Like one of the project on RNN, basically RNN and LSTM basically. So predicting the engine failure of uh, flight. I mean, basically aircraft. So I'm working on that project. I'll put that one. It's
Okay.
basically on LSTM and
Okay, fine. So you have written in your key skills in your resume, you have not left any word actually. Data visualization, predictive, from starting from here, everything you have written. It's like,
yeah, basically, let me tell you one thing. So, I haven't attended any interviews I mean, now like I just started, so I just use all the words. So I mean, I will update like resume.
It is looking very, very, cluttered. In one place, many things are there.
Okay, okay, okay.
Anyway, how confident you are in statistics and mathematics?
I mean, I'm good. I can rate 7 out of 10.
You can rate 7 out of 10, right?
Yeah.
What is the difference between integration and differentiation?
Differentiation means like, I mean, finding out like how what is the one value changes with respect to other value. Like uh, basically, yeah, like let's say differentiation, calculating how one slope is, how one value is affecting the other value basically.
Hmm.
Integration is like, I mean, finding basically this is what I mean I studied long back, like finding out the value under the curve something. It's the opposite of differentiation, basically integration.
Okay. And do you know what are the different distance calculation metric in mathematics? For example, Euclidean distance and other distances.
Yeah, Euclidean one and Manhattan.
Mm.
There are other also, like I don't remember, but mostly Euclidean and Manhattan, you know.
Okay, there are many, but
Yeah,
do you know what applies to the strings, not the numbers, the strings?
uh, yeah. uh, there is one more, I mean, Euclidean Manhattan, there is one more distance, Hamming distance. Hamming.
Okay.
Yeah.
So if I want to compute distance between 2 points, then Euclidean is better or Manhattan is better?
Yeah, basically, as per as like a machine learning perspective, what I see in KNN or K-means clustering, I see mostly we use Euclidean distance because it's straight, straight formula. But Manhattan means like going from one point to another point like that.
No, that is fine, but straight formula and difficult formula we are not doing by hands, right?
Yeah,
Machine
it's
is doing, so that doesn't matter much. Which makes more sense in what kind of scenario is what I'm asking. Scenario I'm asking,
believe,
not the mathematical formula or something.
I believe Euclidean makes more sense like when we are calculating distance between 2 points, like
Why?
it just like we are calculating only those 2 points, we are not considering any other middle point there. We are just calculating 2 points directly, this point and that point, other point.
So if I have to compute the distance between two cities, right?
Yeah,
Then Euclidean is better or Manhattan is better?
between two cities Euclidean is better. Within city I think Manhattan, because it will be like a building. We cannot go directly from one building to another building, like we go for to other route and then we take from there, right? So
Okay. Are you aware of probability concept?
yes, yeah.
Okay. So suppose there are there is a task to be completed. Okay. Okay. And the task can be completed in two ways. The first way, probability of task getting completed in first way is 1 by 5, and probability of task getting completed in second way is, let's say, 3 by 6. So what is the probability that this task will be completed? Total probability.
Is it combine? We are combining both, or is it or like, I mean, this or that?
Either this way or that way. It is not and, it is or.
Okay, it's like 1/5 plus this thing, like 3/6, right?
Whatever other probability I give.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. We need to add those two probabilities and then get the output.
This is called addition rule of probability.
Addition rule. Yeah,
Yeah.
probably.
And are you aware of concept of naive Bayes in probability?
Yeah, yeah. I'm aware.
What is naive Bayes?
Basically, it works on Bayes theorem. Bayes theorem basically works on the conditional probability, like finding out one value based upon the other value which is already happened.
Okay. So these are some of the theoretical things that we have been talking now, but let's come to the practical aspects of model building and model training and machine learning, right? So I understand you have not worked in any real world use cases, but according to you, what would be the approach to deploy a machine learning model?
Okay, deploy the machine learning model means like where there are like different applications, like we can use Heroku, Flask, or cloud platforms like Azure, AWS, or GCP.
Anything you do, what would be some of the things to keep in mind, or that will be common anywhere you do, those things will be common? What are some of these things?
Like after we testing the model, right? Like we take
Yeah,
the
you have trained your model. Now your model is ready to be used for prediction. So you have to deploy the model so that I can use that for prediction. So
okay.
what are the things you will take care when the new data comes? What are the things you will take care?
Okay, so like I mean, whatever let's say whatever I use pipeline in current model, so I need to make sure all this will be applicable to new production data as well. Let's say if I use one hot encoding in current model, like a train model, I need to make sure the same pipeline will be applicable to my production data as well. So those things I will consider like pipelines, and then that thing.
Okay. So you gave example of one hot encoding, right? So how one hot encoding works is, for example, if there are three cities like
Yeah.
Hyderabad, Pune, Mumbai, it will create dummy columns kind of thing, right?
Yes. Yeah.
Let's say three dummy columns or two dummy columns, right?
Yeah.
So this is on which you have trained your model. Now let's say in the new data, two new cities come. Okay,
Yeah.
for example, Delhi and Gurgaon. These two new cities your model has never seen. So when you apply the one hot encoding on this new data, two new columns will get created. So how do you take care of this?
Okay, so I need to use the like I mean code in order to ignore those columns. If anything comes, I need to ignore it, saying that that will be like I mean not applicable.
Not applicable means you mean to say that you will remove the records completely.
Yeah, that's right.
So business is giving you, let's say, 10,000 records to predict, and out of those 10,000, 2,000 records are having these new cities.
Okay.
So 20% of prediction you will not give at all.
Yeah, basically like when building the model, like whatever the data is given, if it's not in same in the like production data, that means I got the wrong information. So that thing mainly I need to consider. Again, I need to go back and then validate that model.
Is there any other way you can think of? Just take some time and think, because that's not a good practice. Suppose somebody gives you 100 records and you give prediction for only 80 records or 90 records.
I'm okay. Yeah. So I might need to make that as other and make it as zero something. I can do.
Okay. Any other approach, meaningful approach?
Uh, I'm sorry, I'm not getting it now.
Okay, no problem. And this we spoke about all the feature engineering or kind of feature selection or kind of those kind of pipelines, right?
Yeah.
What other things we need to do apart from different pipelines that from data will pass, right? So some kind of model monitoring or some kind of model retraining or some kind of model management, you can say. So what are the things you know on these aspects?
I'm sorry. I mean, I don't have much experience on those part. Like
Okay, so but have you heard of these things, or
which, yeah, I had of that thing, but I didn't get the chance. Yeah.
do you
To
know
know.
something known as data drift and concept drift? Have you heard
Yeah.
of this?
Yes. Yes. Yeah. I had. So basically, concept drift in the sense like when the dependent variable changed over the time, like after we build the model. Data drift basically like independent variable changed.
Okay.
yeah.
And do you have, so this is like theoretical, but I can sense that you have limited exposure to those areas. That's fine.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So can you tell me what is the are you aware of big data, Hadoop and Hive and these kind of concepts?
No, no, I'm not.
You are not. So what kind of tool you are using in your day-to-day work, like in your job now?
Okay, tool in the sense with respect to getting the data.
No, no. For example, everybody uses Excel, everybody uses some PowerPoint. So you might be using some technical tools, some reporting tools or something.
Yeah, basically, like I mean, we use Tableau, Tableau
Tableau, right?
basically for
So where from Tableau is getting the data? I mean, the source for Tableau data dashboard.
it's basically it's in Azure only. We just build the model there, and then from there it automatically gets it to Tableau.
It automatically gets to
Yeah,
Tableau.
yeah, yeah.
So it's nothing on premise. Everything is on cloud.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Okay, okay, okay. Got it. So in Tableau, are you confident with Tableau reporting dashboarding?
Actually, I'm learning now, not that confident. I will learn. Yeah, I will learn one day.
Okay, okay, not a problem. And how about your Python knowledge?
Yeah, I'm good with it.
Can you open an interpreter and we will do some hands-on?
Okay, sure.
Can you share?
Yeah, yeah, I'm doing it. I think it says host disabled participant screen share.
So allow participant make host pin. One moment. I'm allowing you to all participants. Now I can see your screen. You can hear me. You are on mute, Rafi. You are on mute.
Yeah, can you hear me now?
Yes, yes, yes.
Okay.
So I want you to write a function. Okay. Write a Python function that takes a sentence as input and
Okay.
give me number of words in that sentence as output.
Okay.
Simple Python function.
Yeah. Number of words, right?
Number of words. So for example, if I say my name is Aman, it should tell me 4.
Okay. One sec.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. No, no, 4 I'm saying, not 15. You are returning me 15. 4 number of words.
Okay. Oh, a number of words. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Let's move. Let's move. One sec. Yeah.
Okay. And can you show me one simple example of generators?
Um, Generators. I have no idea.
No idea.
Yeah.
Okay. And decorators, you have idea?
No, no.
No idea. Okay. You know how to work with list comprehension,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So can you create a list with some numbers? Put any numbers, some numbers in the list.
Okay. Yep.
Now from this list, I want you to create a new list where using list comprehension, where even numbers are squared, and in place of odd numbers, it says this is odd.
Okay. It should say add, right?
Hmm.
Okay. This is else. Just give me a second.
Sure, sure. Take your time, not a problem. Your syntax is a little bit different than how it should be.
Okay.
Otherwise, it's fine.
Do you see my screen?
Yes, yes.
Okay.
I can see your Jupyter notebook, not the Google that you are doing probably.
Not Google. I'm just okay. I'm just shutting the other thing. Okay. Yeah. This I believe it's else only, but I'm not getting. I just forgot this.
Yeah, there is little catch here. If it's a if statement, then we write like this.
Hmm.
But you can check in Google actually. If else, I think before 4 it is written. Okay.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
There is some here and there, if else and 4 in between them.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Num is not defined.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Huh.
So this is the catch here. That is why I asked this question.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Many people will confuse.
Yeah. That's right. Yeah. That's right.
So this is done. Now, can you run the same code using a try, catch, and except block? Like
Okay.
You know how to write try catch except block?
Yeah.
Okay.
Try catch in the sense. I mean.
Just any Python code snippet, suppose.
uh,
I want to run using try catch block and accept finally those things. What is the syntax of that?
Okay.
Try something, then catch exception, then
Uh, uh,
something. What is the flow?
Try. Okay. I think using for loop only, right?
Not for loop, any normal Python code. Forget this that you are doing. Any
Uh-huh.
normal Python code. For example, your program will take a number and multiply that number by 10. And if
Uh-huh.
it's a odd number, it will throw an exception. If it's an even number, it will give the result like that.
Yeah, that I can do using for loop only. Can I do it? Normal.
We
The
can do
same
it.
code. Uh,
We can do it, but I wanted to see try catch block thing. Okay.
okay. Yeah, I'm not recollecting it. Yeah.
Have you worked on object oriented Python also?
No, no, I did not.
Okay. But are you aware of the concepts like inheritance and multi-threading, those kind of things?
No, currently I'm learning, but currently I'm good with the Python which related to machine learning, but I'm trying to learn that object-oriented programming as well.
Okay. You can stop sharing and let's talk about one simple puzzle. Okay. So I'm not sure if you have heard of this puzzle or you know the answer already, but just to check how we are thinking on this, right? So there is a well. Okay, one person fell into that well and it's like 50 meters long or 30 meters long. Okay, that person tries to climb up. Every day he climbs up 4 meters and slips 3 meters.
Okay.
So how many days it will come take for the person to come up? 30 meters well.
Okay.
Every day you climb 4 and you slip 3. So
Okay.
how many days it will come? It will take.
Every day he climbs 4 but sleeps 3.
Hmm.
Okay.
And it's 30 meters in total.
4. Okay. 3. First day 1 meter,
Hmm.
and then 4, 3 again. But ideally thinking it looks like every day he's taking only 1 meter thing, but I'm not sure if there is some logic inside it. I'm just thinking with that perspective.
You are thinking in right direction only, but there is one small catch in the end. Just to give you a hint.
uh,
So you are thinking in right direction, but think towards the end once.
okay. 4, 3, 4, 3, 4, 3, 1 meter. So okay. 30 days. Okay. 26. 26. Okay, he comes. 27. 26. Okay. 30. 28. 29. I'm sorry, I'm not getting it
Your
exactly.
your your right point only. What will happen after 26? You are right. I thought you will give the answer now.
Yeah, yeah. 26 means he will go 4.
4 and then out
Yeah,
of the
and
well,
then
right?
yeah, yeah. 26. Sorry. Yeah.
26 plus 1.
Yeah. Sorry. Yeah.
So the in the end there is no question of coming
No,
back.
coming back. Yeah, yeah. I thought okay. Yeah.
So that is what I wanted to ask. No problem.
Oh, okay.
Puzzles are for fun only.
Okay, okay. I thought that this is also some kind of machine learning question.
No.
I'm
Normal
just thinking
normal
like,
thing.
okay.
So what is your interest area like? Are you an individual contributor or are you Do you enjoy managing a team and working on multiple items? What kind of role you are more interested in?
Yeah, that depends. Like, I mean, depends upon the project requirement, because in company they ask to contribute, but when it comes to interview, when I say we, they say, what? Tell me what you're doing. Yeah, like I'm good for like team as well as individual, based upon the work, also managing team as well. Yeah.
Okay, okay, fine. I will just go ahead with couple of feedbacks, okay? And don't take me like I'm criticizing you or something,
No
because
problem.
I want you to do good in the real interviews. Hence, first
Yeah.
of all, you have used the word long back like many times, okay?
Okay.
Many times you said, I did this long back, I did this long back. So, as an interviewer, I'm not interested in hearing what you did long back, okay?
Okay. Okay.
If you say that I was playing very good cricket in my plus two, then that is not what we are interested in, right?
Yeah, that's
So,
right. Yeah.
so we are interested in what is your current skill set, what are the latest projects you have done, what are the projects that you can do for us, like that, right? So
Yeah.
interviewer will look from that perspective.
Yeah.
So long back, you should avoid as much as possible.
Yeah.
And from this point only, I would like to say you must update your resume, that I told you in between also, right?
Yeah. Sure.
Update your resume, because resume is main thing. People will look at that and then ask questions based on that.
Yeah. Yeah.
And some of the questions like distance matrices and these things are very common in machine learning data science, right?
Yeah.
It's very common to get the answers of those. I mean, it's simple things only: Manhattan distance, Euclidean distance, Hamming distance.
Yeah.
So these you should answer, like these are simple ones.
Yeah.
Model deployment also, the categorical variable question I asked you. So I understand you don't have lot of exposure to that, but this kind of answer, like I will give for limited number of records, the prediction does not sound very what to call, very professional, I will say.
Okay.
Because
Yeah.
somebody gives you 1000 records to predict and you give the prediction for just 800 records or 900 records. No, this should not happen. As a data scientist, we should be able to figure out what we have to do, right?
Yeah. Yeah. That's right. Yeah. Yeah. But
Okay.
can I interrupt you now? Or
Yeah, yeah, you can interrupt.
okay, so let's say, I mean, if I get a complete different set of records in production, so how do we deal in that case?
It depends. See, if it is coming for the first time, second time, obviously we will have the first line of defense. First line of defense is your under, like the way you said, right? We can create different buckets. For example, one new bucket we can create unseen.
Yeah.
Okay, and everything which is not in these categories can go in unseen or unknown bucket. That is first thing that we can do, so that model at least runs. If this
Okay.
keeps happening many times, right? If I have trained my model on, let's say, Delhi, Bangalore, and the data comes for all the cities of India, then this is like completely different. Then we go back and we take a different strategy altogether. For example, we kind of create a mapping, categorical variable mapping, where we map some variables and say that these will fall into, if any of these come, these will fall into metro city category. If any of these come, these will fall into tier 2 city categories. This is other approach, okay?
Okay. Yeah.
But this is also not 100% full defense. So some kind of sending it to the model, pre-checks, pre-validations we can do, and we can raise a alert there saying some new feature has come or some new category has come. So there are multiple ways, and some mix of these will also work. You got it right?
Yeah. Yeah. Thank you.
Okay. And model monitoring perspective, you said that you have no idea on how to do model monitoring, or how to do how to take care of model in real world, all those things, right? So I'm not sure how you will learn that, but nowadays these things you can expect at the beginner level also. People will ask you these things, okay?
Okay.
And Tableau, you are saying you have very limited exposure, though you are working in that. Maybe you can put it in another way. You can say, I'm not an expert, but I'm on the verge of learning. I mean, I'm at an intermediate level.
Okay.
You should not project yourself as very new or very beginner or fresher, like that.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And Python you are good, you are able to write codes, and but object oriented part obviously you need to
Yeah.
take care.
Only. Yeah.
And statistics, mathematics you are decent, and machine learning and deep learning, whatever you have done, you are able to answer, like why did you do something, or what
Yeah.
is dropout, or what is batch normalization, what is this, what is that. All those things you are able to answer. Whatever some kind of feedbacks I gave,
Yeah.
overall you have to do some projects, some more projects. You said you are already doing one or two,
Yeah.
then put that in your resume
Sure. Sure. Yeah.
and brush up your skills, whatever I told you in those areas.
Yeah. Sure. Yeah.
Rest of the things look okay to me.
Sure. Sure. Thank you.
Anything for me?
I mean, thank you for giving me the opportunity to attend the interview.
No problem. Thank you so much. Keep watching Unfold Data Science. And
Sure, sure. So, can we talk after this, like
yes, yes,
recording?
yes, yes, yes,
Okay.
yes.